Alright, good day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Today on the workbench, the United Content Creators, whatever, blah 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 blah, group build, USAC, that's the name of it, Dart. This is what happened. We got some paint on the engine. Now this was a special custom mix because I don't have a factory turquoise color. That's the closest I came to. It might be a little bit on the green side, but I guess we can always dirty it up with some black wash. And this is how I made the color. I used Tester's blue. It's that color of blue. And I mixed in actually that green, sublime green. That's a full bottle of it. That's already mixed and thinned. And I got a good decent coat on it. It actually went fairly well when it was wet. So that's how that turned out. Waiting for valve covers and everything else that goes on it. But look at, now that it's settled, I'm getting separation. Those two paints did not mix together well. But when I had lots of thinner in it, it was okay. As you can see, because there's no clumps on the engine. And not lots, a little bit of clumping, nothing major. So there was a reaction there. So now I know future-wise, if I'm going to paint a good paint job, don't mix those together. I had some other colors. Sometimes they say mix yellow in there to change it up, or white, or green. But you know what? That's sufficient for what I want. Like I say, we don't have to get 100% accurate, but we're getting close to it. So without further ado, let's continue with the build today. Okay, I'm hoping this comes in and the lighting's okay, being early morning dark outside. This is kind of the color we're going for, that original Mopar turquoise type of color. So I think I nailed it pretty damn close. Now I don't know if the horsepower numbers are the same. What have they got? Horsepower is around 400? Can't see. That's pretty good with stock manifolds. 383 block and a Fury. No, actually the horsepower figures that they had down there, 600 and something. 680. How is that possible through stock exhaust? I'm quite shocked. But yeah, so that is my story today, and I'm sticking with that story. So okay, so what does my outdoor thermometer paint booth say? It's right around the freezing mark. It's about 1 degree-ish. So that is a thing, and it's early morning. It's dark out, so we're just primering the bottoms and the chassis. That's all I got on today's early morning program. I got my glasses on, 2.5 magnification. I have the sticker in the right corner there. You'll see I have different magnifying glasses that I use for different purposes. Finer details, I got a 4.5 magnifier, and for small light reading I use a 1.0. But anyways, hold on. Let's yeah, no, early morning before everybody gets up and doesn't get stinked out. I'm almost out of primer. This one doesn't have a lot, but I do have a primer sealer for good paints. This is for chassis and other stuff, this primer. It's a general purpose, where like they said, the other one I use is a good one. It's a primer sealer, which goes on a bit lighter and not as heavy of a primer, and it's easy to build sandable. Alright, I've given the primer a few hours to dry off. It's really nice out. It's not too rainy yet. And now I'm ready to put some paint on, but I'm feeling a little bit dizzy. And I'm wondering, it says here on the paint can, it says shake vigorously. So I did that for like 2 minutes, and now I'm not feeling too well, so I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to paint this or not now. Okay, things here have rapidly progressed that I haven't updated by video. So as you can see, we got paint on our bottom, the chassis bottom, not my bottom. Just figured I better clarify that. I do have some on my hands, the other hand. Anyways, yeah, getting sidetracked quickly. I'm using this cheaper version of a gloss automotive paint. This comes from Canadian Tire, and that's what I used. And it seems to be okay for what I want on the chassis. However, when I paint the body, because that's a hint of what the body color is going to be right here, when I do the body, I'll put a gloss coat off that we can buff up. And I decided to go black, specifically for that right there, red decals. Wow, the red decals I think really pop on a black body. Could actually even use the red license plates, and that will go along with red line tires is what the plan of attack is on this build. The other, oh, just wait, before I get too far into things, let's put those away so we don't wreck them. I really like the console on these. That is pretty cool. I like the idea of being chrome and then just paint the inside, or there might even be a decal, if I remember, for the inside of those panels there. Dodge's had the fake wood on those inners, so that's what we're gonna keep. So anyhow, we'll put that aside as I do more blah 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 blah. But actually, now that the under chassis is done, painted, I could probably start assembling rear axle and springs and stuff like that. Oh, the tape doesn't want to get off my finger. Stuck to me. I did all the small parts semi-gloss, like the battery and steering and pedals. Oh, I remember what I wanted to show you guys. I did the air cleaner, that crinkle finish that Dodge did on engine air cleaners back then, and I think it worked out pretty fabulous. That really, I like that look. My technique is to take semi-gloss and spray it, let it dry down for an hour or two, and then I took this paint, a gloss, and misted it from about 4 feet away. Just sprayed it and let the droplets land on there. So that's how I did that technique. Now, one of the other silly things I did was paint those little towers that bluey colors that I did the shocks, because I thought those were rear shocks and I thought the front had no shocks. But you know what? Every once in a while it pays to read the instructions, my friends, because those are the back shocks, which makes sense because they got the leaf spring mounting plates on it. These here, those were the front shocks, so that means I'll have to touch that up black and use those. So there we go, my friends, that does it for today's video. We're gonna get out and about. This is where we ended, oceanfront. A couple of freighters came today and loaded up. Is this picking up? I don't even know. On the inlet here, one of them I seen was loading logs. Actually, oh yeah, the blue one was loading logs, because I saw logs on the deck there. This guy, I don't know if he's waiting, the other guy, or if he's leaving. I'm not sure. Actually, this time yesterday, somebody had posted on the old Facebooks that there was some orca whales swimming down here, so I don't know if anything was spotted today, but it's a break from the bench before I go back to work tomorrow. And yeah, actually yes, he is leaving the inlet, and that was the one that I saw docked right over there, so that's a second one that belongs to that company itself. This guy here I did the research on. He came from South Korea to here and loading up logs that I mentioned I saw, and from here I looked on their itinerary and it's going to Japan. And we'll say thanks for watching, my friends. We're gonna let all this stuff dry so we can come back next time, start gluing things together and see where we're at. And until that next time, cheers and stay awesome, my friends. Chuck out.